Okay, I think we can start. We can start making the most out of these 15 minutes. Good morning, everyone. And yeah, big apologies. Yesterday, technique wasn't so great. The sound wasn't working. But maybe someone followed the video. And sorry. Yeah, and maybe you could still have your 15 minutes. So we didn't lose anything. We had 15 minutes for ourselves. We took 15 minutes of our day to start and set an intention. And that was my biggest wish. So I hope you all had a good sleep. Mine wasn't so good, but also this we can address, we can act to what we've experienced, and this is what we do in our yoga practice. So we wake up and like we feel maybe there's not enough sleep, there is stiffness in our body. I had dreams, thoughts are straight away on my mind. And here's what we want to do. We want to set a little reset and start over and address everything we've experienced also while sleeping and go from there. So like yesterday, we address a little bit our pelvic region. So this time, come into like a very easy sitting butterfly pose. You don't need to pull your legs too close, just leave them very relaxed in front of you. And to start with, we bring our hands to our shin bones and just start shaking a little bit, start moving very gentle. And I think this is a very good intention to start with, like starting gentle with yourself. Because not everything today will be perfect, will work fine, we will be hard on ourselves. And this is an intention I'd like to put in for today, to be empathic and gentle and loving to ourselves. So while we sort of starting to move our legs, feel free to close your eyes and return to your breath. And if you feel stiffness, if you're not quite awake yet, feel free to like breathe in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh. Exhale deeply. Do this a few times. So we bring oxygen into our body, prana. And with the next exhalation, like you drop your knees again. And you let your knees fall. And slowly you roll forward. Again, very gentle. Because this is the part of our days where we just have slept 8 hours. We are low in fluids, so we might feel stiff and not very flexible. And keep breathing like you did. Breathe with your nose. Exhale for a little bit longer than you inhaled. And allow your body like to settle. And just watch what's coming up, where in your body I feel tensed and what's on my mind right now. And just let it just pass, like the impulses from your body, the impulses in your mind, just let them pass. It's okay, they're here. You can gentle nod as your head is down and your upper spine elongated, like a little nod, like a little up and down with your nose, relaxes the upper cervical spine area. And as always, and you will hear this from me a lot, release your jaw. Feel free to yawn or shake it a little bit when you exhale. And I will explain to you why someday, but just address your jaw. And then slowly, with the support of your hands, roll yourself up. And take one of those legs, take the right one. With your left hand we go from the outside to our ankle, and with the right hand we go to our knee, and we slowly rocking this leg. So start mobilizing, and as it's a morning medicine, not strictly yoga, like work with your toes a little bit, start wiggling your toes in this movement. There's always the possibility to also hold your foot arch and give a little pressure. And then place your foot like diagonal in front of you as we change to the other side. And this is your movement, so this is the nice thing in the morning, like you can just make it your movement. It doesn't have to look like mine. You feel your left hip, you feel your left leg, your left foot, and everything you do is just the reaction to what you experience, and you make it, like you bring it back. So our both legs are now like in a seated squat, and this is one of my favorite postures also for osteopathy, like to iliosacral joint. Bring your hands in front of your prayer, the knees are inside of your legs. With an inhalation we lift ourselves up, 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 up. Keep your chin close. And then push a little bit, hold your breath and push with your knees against your elbows. A little push, not the strongest you can push, just slow force. And then you release and you bring your knees to the outside, lower arms. And again you inhale, hold your breath for a few seconds, few moments, and you push outside into your lower arms. And you can move it one more time to the inside. And as you inhale, you lift up, you rise, little push. And you release. And one more time the other side. If there's any stiffness, or if the joint, the iliosacral joint is not well aligned, this can be this little preset, reset button that helps you to like give it a little morning wake up. And then we release, bring back our hands, and with the inhalation, the right arm moves up and out, and in a gentle twist, we stay here for 3 breaths. And with each inhalation, you like widen, lengthen, not just the right arm, the right thorax, belly movement, belly stimulation for the morning. And you come back. Inhale the left arm. Widen your fingers, spread out your fingers, all these meridians that run through your left arm, into your breast, chest, thorax, into your belly. After 3 inhalations, and exhalations, you come back, and now allow yourself in a crossed leg position to start. And we start moving our spine, and we start by doing this from the top, and just imagine there's like a horizontal plane, and in this horizontal plane we sit upright, and we start moving to the area where our nose, if there's the plane in height of our nose, we start moving in a big circle. Like you change the size of your circle, but we start moving, bringing back our head backwards, so you are in a double chin for a moment, and you shift it forward. So mobilizing our whole spine to give us a little bit of energy, maybe after a short night's sleep or after a not so rested night's sleep. And we move through every part of our spine, through every vertebra. by now maybe you are already sort of down in your lower upper spine, by your chest, your claviculas. Make sure when you are in this circling movements, you also move the sternum. And we are in one direction, circling in one direction. And also once we come into our upper belly, like this is the perfect moment for a little belly massage. We probably didn't have breakfast yet, maybe a glass of water, and it's so beneficial. And also one of my favorite parts that needs to be waken up by ourselves is our digestive system. And so move with your, like bring your navel out and in, like breathe deeply. The movement of your diaphragm will massage the inner organs, and then come into your lower abdomen till you feel you sort of circling on your sitting bone, on your pelvic floor. This is also when you can engage slowly the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. And for the way up, we just bring our legs out. Also very gentle, keep your knees micro bend, and we move to the other side. Slightly the pelvic floor engaged, and we walk back up. You can address all the inner organs in your pelvic bowl, around your navel, and maybe you hear some noises in your intestines, and that would be great. It's a movement that always reminds me between like the connection, like the nerves running out of your spine into your organs, how they are connected, how by moving our spine we have all the inner organs being addressed to. And if we put our awareness there, it's so much stronger. And then also make sure the heart space, heart is wide open, wide awake for everything that's happening today. And so you're circling up, and maybe you feel the circles being stronger, fluid. And now you can also address the shoulders, the arms a little bit, and your jaw. And when you come sort of further up, you are back in your head, and you sort of finish circling. Like make sure you arrived at the top of your head, and like sort of let the spiral reach out and finish, not just by stopping, but letting the spiral really run out and being smaller and smaller till no one else besides can see it anymore, but you feel like sort of the last little ripples. And then you come back into a crossed leg position and place your hands on the heart. The other one you rest on your chin. We finish with a few breaths of a breathing technique that is called Brahmari. It's a humming noise, and this humming noise, by holding our hands on our heart, you can do both hands also on your heart, it connects us straight away like into your heart space. And what is better than reminding ourselves in the morning like what we are doing this for, like love and empathy for everyone we are going to meet, for myself, and that everything I do, everything what I'm doing, how I'm doing it right now is how I do everything. So know your heart space, know from which place you're working and acting today. And so we begin. So you inhale with your nose, And when you exhale, you keep your mouth closed, but you produce this little humming bee sound. And make sure like you find this vibration, like you find it in your throat, but it runs through into your hands, through your heart. Just do it a couple of times for yourself. And feel free to continue. I'm going to end this video now, but what's better than if you've got time, just keep on practicing, keep on breathing, and I wish you the best day, and I see you tomorrow morning on the mat, and thank you for joining.